We're going to start looking at what happens when blood leaves the human body. The patterns that blood forms are, for the most part, predictable. And so you can take a look at a blood pattern at a scene and get an idea of how it got there. But before you can begin doing that, you have to learn some basics about blood and what happens when it falls to the floor or leaves the human body. So we're going to start off really slow. We're going to start off by just looking at what happens to droplets of blood that drop from a height. Okay, so you use the tape measure to measure basically 6 inches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8 feet. You'll need a ladder, perhaps. If you're don't write on the walls, please, and you can write in pencil, but not in ink. And you can turn the lights on, it might help in there.
Great job.
So what you're seeing here is you have a droplet which is going to reach terminal velocity at some point, right? And generally for droplets it's about 20-some feet. But when you get up to about 8 feet or so, then you're beginning to see the curve beginning to level off actually. And this should continue to go up, but very, very slightly. And eventually the curve is just going to level off. So it'll just come up like that. So the diameter of the droplet is generally going to stay the same depending upon the height. I mean, irregardless of the height up to a certain point. So when you start getting up around 7, 8 feet, then you've probably got the maximum diameter that the droplet's going to have. So what you noticed, if you took a look at the droplets, they're pretty spherical. Actually circular, not spherical, they're not spheres. Circular droplets, right? So they were fed fairly smooth edges. And the reason they had the smooth edges is because we have a very smooth floor. There's some dirt on the floor, so you might have seen some scalloping around. But we're going to take a look at that in a few minutes too. So the next thing we're going to do